Hello, welcome to DC Velocity's Thought Leadership Series, produced in conjunction with MHI. My name is Mark Solomon. I'm Senior Editor at DC Velocity Magazine. We are happy to be joined today by Dr. Jim Patterson. Jim is Assistant Dean, Associate Professor of Supply Chain Management for the College of Business and Technology at Western Illinois University. He joined the WIU Quad Cities campus faculty in 1995. And today he serves as founding director of the CBT's Quad Cities Executive Studies Center. Jim, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Talk about the pipeline for supply chain talent. That's a big issue not only here, but throughout the entire industry.
Well, at the annual conference here for MHI this week, we found a lot of companies who struggle with that. As the baby boomer generation like myself retire, what we're finding out is there's not enough people in the pipeline to replace us, particularly with the skills and abilities and experience that companies really need in order to continuously improve their supply chains. So what we've been talking about is, first of all, how do you recruit supply chain talent? Where do you go? And as part of that is, what kind of skills do you want these supply chain entry-level managerial positions to have? And then the second part is, when you have 150 resumes on your desk, how do you narrow it down to those 3 or 4 or 5 that you'd like to bring in for an interview? And then we also, the statistics tell us that there is also a problem with middle-level managers. There's not enough of those. And so what we find out is companies are trying to figure out ways to retain their supply chain talent after they've invested in their training and development, and they would like to keep them at least through their mid-career within the same company when possible.
Is it a supply problem? Is it a demand problem? Is one worse than the other? I know at both ends it's an issue, but is one worse than the issue? Is one worse than the other?
I think they're complementary, because what we find out is that even though there are more schools offering supply chain management degrees, what we find out is there's not enough supply chain trained faculty members. Most business schools try to be accredited by AACSB, which is the top accrediting agency in the U.S., or internationally even. 15% of the schools in the United States and less than 5% internationally. There's just not enough PhD qualified faculty to meet AACSB standards, and so there's a little bit of both, I think.
We've heard that. We've heard that there's a shortage of faculty members, PhDs, to teach the programs that are needed to move forward in this field. Doesn't it begin with developing the faculty talent to teach the budding supply chain talent? And how do you work towards resolving that segment of the problem?
Okay. Well, AACSB has also realized this over the last several years, and they are in the process now of coming up with a new set of standards. Beforehand, there were 2 standards for faculty, one for PhD faculty, one